YouTube, it's Brian Phillips and Megan. We're gonna be talking about this awesome MB scaler by ROC Hobby. It is absolutely gorgeous.
1/12 scale.
1/12 scale.
Yes.
Yes, it's 2-speed. It has all the cool features of the biggest ones you've seen, but it's really dainty. Squishy seats, and squishy tires. Now this one probably has a little better undercarriage than what we saw last time. You wanna hold that there, and I'm gonna squish the springs. Actual leaf springs, so cool. Metal U-joints, so cool. This is the selector here with a linkage that goes up, and it goes into the transmission and actually switches from high to low gear. Just loving it. Now you don't have to switch into reverse. That just runs the motor into reverse. So we're gonna go ahead and run this for you right now. Camera crew's gonna try first, and we'll just go ahead and take it down into the new little area that we've cleared out with all permissions granted by the appropriate government bodies. We promise.
We're just gonna go over the edge, see how it does.
I don't know, it's off-road. It's a Model B Jeep. Are you in high gear? Are you going down the hill in high gear? Okay, now try.
There we go.
There you go. So good.
Cool. Okay, now I have to go down the hill.
Well, the clearance is pretty good too on this.
Is.
I feel like the last one we did was beautiful, but it just didn't have the ground clearance. I'm gonna try to get down there too with you. So if it looks like the camera crew just fell, they probably did.
He didn't. He made it.
I made it. That is so sweet. Go ahead and switch the lights so you can see the differences. That's off. Back up, you're hitting a tree.
Yep.
Okay, lights. Next one. Next one. So cool.
Very cool.
You want to go one back.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get down in the ditch there. So this 1/12 scale struggles a whole lot more than the 6 scale. I can say that for sure. Goodness gracious. You keep picking all the trees there, camera crew. Ooh, thunder.
Thunder. Hopefully it rains.
Yeah, we need rain down here.
Bad.
This new project we have down here really needs to be reined in bad, because this is all drainage. Like that drainage is going to be so nice. But these little ones are cooler because you've got so much room to work with.
Very cool. I'm really happy with how well it's handling. This is not super
Oh, it's
bumpy,
definitely not smooth.
No, it is not smooth.
I mean, guys, it's hard to tell, but like this is our ditch out front. So that's a pretty small thing. And just to give you an idea of what we're driving over loose rock chunks and soil and clay and stuff like this. So it's actually pretty nasty stuff because it's so loose right now. But this thing is doing great. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but look at the steering wheel. So cool that the steering wheel turns. So I don't know if a G.I. Joe would be about the right size, but if you put a G.I. Joe on there, I would assume that you could take and go ahead and like clamp his claws. What about brooder guys?
That's what I was wondering.
We should try a brooder guy and see if he'll fit in there.
You want to switch?
Yeah, I want to drive for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in the low speed setting.
Yes.
Lots of torque on the servo. You can definitely, and by the way, you can run into your own brake, bumper bar, which is pretty sweet. This is definitely full-time 4-wheel drive. It's not like any sort of locking diff is involved. It just is 4-wheel drive all the time. Trying to go real slow, see if I can get it to rock up there.
So dry.
There it goes.
There you go.
Guys, that is so realistic. I mean, it's just like a real car would be. Oh, come on. You can.
I think you're on a route, like actually on it.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get out of it. Let's see if I can get it to back up. Hey, I'm gonna go to high speed and see if I can kick out. It won't go, will it?
Nope.
See, that's the stuff I'm talking about.
Ooh, you're. Yep.
We've got all these little roots we're trying to get rid of.
Yep. And that was what you were on.
And yes, we have already tried to get a lot of it, but we're gonna get all of it at some point. Because those roots are just no fun. You know what else I've noticed down here? The biting flies. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that tree. Yes! I almost made it. Okay, so I've noticed on some cars, watch this, camera crew. It goes reverse, but then sometimes right out of forward, it doesn't go, because that's braking, okay? So when you're driving real quick, and I'm gonna put it in high speed. Oh man, that just doesn't want to get unstuck, does it? There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna go into high speed. So in high speed, you can definitely do more, you can cover a lot more ground, and it does still pretty stinking good, to be honest, for a little thing. But all these roots and stuff, we're gonna have to figure out how to get rid of these things. So maybe that's something for you guys to look forward to as we do more cars, and especially the off-road crawlers. We're gonna get in here and just get this thing so sweet. I'm super excited for this. And I hope you guys can tell just the sheer scale of this opening that we're working in. It's like, that's gonna be full of water as soon as it rains, which could be any time actually.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, we kind of need the rain bad. But then we'll be able to drive through mud, and we can control how much mud we have, which is gonna be awesome. I almost feel like this one, it's doing a lot better than the last one we did. What was the last one called?
That was the Suzuki Jimny.
Which, by the way, was absolutely gorgeous. But the ground clearance just left it literally in tough spots, like all the time.
Yep.
We've driven this one 100 times more than that one. See, but now I've gotten stuck there, so I'm gonna have to go into high gear to get this thing out. Yes, this does run on a not a 6S. It runs on a 2S, 380 milliamp hour. And we are really happy with that size because you can run these things for many, many, many minutes.
Yes.
Like close to 20 minutes, sometimes closer to 30. It kind of depends on what you're doing with it, just like an airplane, except on ground vehicles, it's even better. Because when you're in an airplane, you know, you're gonna have to stay driving. Did I high center? I must have high centered again. So as you can see on these smaller scale vehicles, you just don't have as much room for clearance. And there are a few places, look at that scratch pad there. That's getting caught on stuff for sure. And look, even the diff is getting caught on stuff. And so that's a good way to tell if your area is appropriate. So what we've got is this rougher area back here. We're gonna go to the smoother area up here and we'll see if that's actually better. And I think it will be, but it's just not quite as big. And it's also, we've had that for a little longer. Okay, so we're in low gear. And then there's high gear. And there is a middle and nothing happens. So it's like neutral, okay? So yes, you can really take some steep angles without the thing falling over. Yeah, that's way better over here on the smaller scale, camera crew. I think we should almost just plan on using this smaller area for the smaller vehicles because it just makes sense. We're gonna have to put a bridge over here too.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, we gotta get a bridge out here. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's this bigger area up here and that gives us the transition to get out of the ditch. So cool. Come on, you can do it.
That's pretty steep there.
I'm gonna see if I can just power it out. Those rocks gotta get moved. We're gonna have to get rid of those little rocks because they're killing our path out. This path should work, but you see how loose it is, everybody? We are just getting killed by this lack of rain. We may have to get, oh, lightning, that's always fun.
It's actually over 100 here today without the heat index, and we haven't had rain all week, so it's...
You know what? I think it's time for some weight.
Terrible. Oh, okay.
We're gonna put some weight in this right now. Nice. This weight is going in the back seat.
Okay.
Okay. So you got a little bit of weight. You hear the roosters crowing?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna keep going down here. Look at that tree. Oh no. Hope we're not picking everything up, but it looks like we might be.
A little bit.
Yep, we're picking everything up. So guys, as you can see, basically the smaller you go, the more debris you're gonna have to fight with. So even my counterweight didn't seem to really help that much. But you see what's gonna happen is, when you get back on pavement, then you're gonna have all that flexibility back. I just think, honestly, by what this thing is, I wanna see it do some more off-road myself. And if your rocks are packed tight and they're not gonna give, you're gonna be fine. Like, that's a huge bump there. But on the pavement, it does great. I'm gonna trim the steering here a little bit too. It's kind of backward, by the way. Oh, that looks so sweet. Okay, so just to give you an idea, letting go of the steering wheel, that's going straight. So it trims right up, no problem. And that is pretty good speed for a small car. All right, I wanna drive down this ditch. I'm gonna go all the way around if you wanna come up for a high view. I'm gonna go all the way around the jungle here. And if you can stay where I am, I'm gonna see if I can get it to go down in this area. See that tall grass? We made it through, almost got stuck, and then down we go. That is pretty impressive feat for a small vehicle. And then I haven't got stuck yet. I'm gonna stay in the throttle hard. I've got just pretty much 100% throttle here. I'm gonna see if it'll get out of the hole. Nope, it does not like that spot. It's too juicy. Yes, yes!
There you go.
Yes, we're gonna make a full circuit. Amazing. So if you guys are having a super windy day and you're just thinking to yourself, I can't go out and fly my airplanes and it's kind of killing me, Brian. What do you got that's fun? This is definitely something you could consider. Now, that being said, if the money's not an object, go for the biggest scale you can afford. You will thank me later, because grass is your enemy with small ones, because they will get stuck in grass, even the four-wheelers. But look at how incredibly impressive this is, guys. That is incredible. There are so many toys we've had in the past that would have never thought of making it out of this jungle. Oh, I'm in the neutral set. There we go, it didn't click in. I'm having a hard time getting it to go into reverse. I feel like that's not the way it's supposed to be. See this? Every time I hit reverse, it's like I need to trim it more to neutral so that it goes reverse when I actually do it. Because you see what's happening? Like, I'm hitting reverse like this, and then every time you turn around, it's not going. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. If you guys leave it in the comments below, that would be really helpful to me. I haven't been into cars as much, you know, in the last 10 years as I have been in everything else. But we are just loving bringing this stuff to you on Brian Phillips RC. And gravity is going to win this battle, I think. I don't think we're going to get it out there, are we?
I wonder if you can come all the way up over here by the mailbox. It's not quite as steep, but I'm not sure.
Okay, let's try it. Let's see if I can even make it there. Going into high gear. So where do you want me to enter?
Up, just come straight up towards me now, probably. I just think it's going to be too steep, probably still.
I'm getting stuck on everything, though. See, you can't see it on camera, but there's little sticks that are in there. And those little sticks are not like little pieces of grass. They're like small weeds. And the weeds don't look like much until you're trying to drive over them with a 1/12 scale Jimny or MB scaler. That's what this is?
1941 MB scaler.
Yeah, see, like I've hit reverse like 10 times there. Let's see if I can get it over here. We don't want to write off a car just because it doesn't make it up every hill. But the thing is, I want it to be able to do at least a certain amount of basic functions. And going through a grassy hill, and believe me, guys, this is harder than most of your off-road courses, because these aren't custom designed RC courses. This is like a legit, dusty, dirty road. And I'm going over big rocks, as you can see, which has got this car working harder than it should have to. All right, I don't think it's gonna do it. I think I'm gonna have to pick it up. Or I'm gonna have to come in here with a tamper and tamp all this down. So that's another thing we've been thinking about doing on Brian Phillips RCs. We wanna add a crawler course. And so I'm thinking about what I want to do is build a spot where we actually have something that's hard packed, possibly foam holding in some big rocks so that you know that they're going to stay, and it'll be way more fun. Because really, when you're driving these things, the number one frustration is getting stuck on stuff. So the reason we bring you to a real environment is because we want you guys to be able to see what it looks like in a real environment, not the way it looks on top of bananas. Now, that being said, just because it doesn't do a super heavy duty, rough, brand new, we've just done this in the last couple of weeks. It's a work in progress. We don't want you to think it's bad. It's just more a matter of there are always going to be limits on radio controlled vehicles, whether it be a car or an airplane or a Jeep or an F1 racer or something like that. Any of those cars, any of those trucks, they're all going to have their limits. And so before you spend a couple $100 on these things, which they're getting to be so expensive with inflation, you know, we want you to be able to make a great decision, and then a decision that you can live with. Because when you get this thing in the mail and you start looking at the details, you are just gonna love the thing. So without further ado, we're not gonna run the battery down to empty, but what we are gonna do is skip on into the Unbox build radio setup. So stay tuned. There's so much more, including this, and much, much more to come on Brian Phillips RC. Don't worry, we're not giving up on airplanes or anything like that. We're just doing this as an addition to the airplane footage, airplane and aviation stuff that you've come to expect on Brian Phillips RC. So we really hope that you guys are enjoying this. It's been kind of an adventure for us. And so we hope you'll partner up with us. And the best way you can do that is like the videos. Obviously, watch the videos, like the videos, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Those are all the things that are very easy to do, don't cost you a penny. And then if you go ahead and want to support us financially with small commissions from the distributors, manufacturers, or hobby shops that we work with, buy this from the links below. If you're gonna buy it anyway, buy it from the links. We get small commissions. That's how we make a living, and that's how we take care of our family. And yes, there are 4 kids that are waiting for us to get done filming this so that they can play with it feverishly for many, many moons, and they're super excited to do that. But in the meantime, we really appreciate you guys watching. We never ask you to buy stuff you don't like, but if you do like this and you've got some questions and you're maybe a little bit leery about buying it before we answer a question for you, we'll do our best. Leave it in the comments below, but just give us a little bit of grace. It might take a few days to get an answer because it's gotten to be a 2 or 3 week lead time on some of the most complicated questions. So anyway, but in the meantime, this thing is super fun. We hope you enjoy the footage. It is an absolute beauty, but it is going to be limited on ground clearance. So in terms of complaints on this particular vehicle, ground clearance is not amazing. Ground clearance is a big deal when you're dealing with radio controlled cars. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to drive this on your grass in your yard, it's probably going to be challenging unless you have very short grass. If you're driving this around on pavement, you're gonna be fine all day. If you're driving it in tight packed rocks, you're gonna be okay all day long. But if you're driving it in loose, dusty, lightly packed rocks, it's gonna be struggling. And if you're driving through compromised roots and different weeds that have been just cut off within the last few weeks and you haven't had a chance to get that stuff under control, it's gonna really get caught on a lot of it. So in terms of the very big pros on this, LiPo power right out of the box, ready to run, super easy setup, interchangeable with other similar sized and similar branded vehicles. Obviously tons of features on brakes. You've got brake lights and all sorts of different, settings for the lights, which is super fun. Yes, the lights do work at night. We've tried them. However, my suggestion, if you want to drive at night and it's in a dark environment like we are, the best thing to do would be to put an ambient light with you so that you can see your surroundings. You'll enjoy the experience a lot more, but you'll still have the cool factor of the lights shining in the path that you're driving. So is this good for a kid? I know you're asking, I know you're thinking. If your kid is careful with their toys, this would be a good toy for them. If your kid is not careful with their toys, you won't want to get this one. It's very detailed. It is very, very detailed. This is a replica model and it is expensive for that reason, okay? So just keep that in mind. You'd be better off to spend the premium and get the 1/6 scale because that thing will knock over a chair. This thing will get knocked over by a blade of grass, okay? So just put that into the sphere of your reality against your children and how dangerous they are against these toys. and then you can come out with the correct answer as to whether or not this is right for your application. But that being said, our kids are pretty careful. They usually break stuff in the first few days, and then I'm in there fixing, you know, things like this mirror. It won't last long. No. Things like this front, it will probably last a while. Surprisingly, they don't break when they flip over. We have lost this light on our 1/6 scale. You guys have already seen the video, but we actually filmed it about a week ago. So we like the 1/6 scale a lot. It is super good.
Yep. Our 12-year-old will be able to drive this, no problem. He'll be careful with it.
Yep.
He can handle it. Our 5-year-old,
they get frustrated. They get frustrated quicker than me. And so what happens is they'll get caught on a twig, and then they'll do something stupid and crash, and it'll cause the thing to get broke. So you need to really weigh that into your decision-making process, because this is not a toy grade toy. This is a hobby grade toy. It has very thin leaf springs. It has absolutely gorgeous scale details. The cool thing about this being that it's a hobby grade toy, as opposed to a toy grade toy, is that you may be able to get parts for it someday. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and promise that every gearbox and every pinion and every you know, whatever it is that's broke on here is gonna be available, because we all know that's not true. But the thing is, what I can tell you is it is awesome, and you may wanna pick one up, and when you're done driving, it's gonna be a beautiful display piece. So stay tuned, so much more. We're gonna do the unbox next. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
YouTube, it's Megan Phillips. It's windy outside, so we're gonna open a box today. It is very windy outside, actually. We're hoping we could get something else done, but
ROC hobby.
Mother Nature is not going to cooperate. So, ooh, cool, what is this?
What is that? We've never had a Jeep before, ever.
Look at that case, though.
What is it like?
Yeah.
Oh, it's foam.
Super cool.
But it's like brown.
Instruction manual, this is a 1/12 scale.
Yeah, 1/12. So it's different vintage.
Yes.
Different vintage. We've done a couple of these MB crawlers. Oh, that is so cool. Did you see this? It looks like a wooden crate. Awesome. That is so cool.
That is very cool. But it's still the same foam.
It's the same foam, but it's painted.
Yeah.
I can't believe they painted that. Why would they do that?
That is
so
crazy.
Goofy.
Okay.
Oh, look, they have information printed on it. That looks so sweet.
Cool.
It looks
I
totally
really
like a crate from Indiana Jones.
I really like these storage cases. Our kids have been totally into these cars. And
yeah, they've been pretty much driving them
really
nonstop.
nice. Yep, they have. So it has the same.
This one's also 2-speed. Oh, so cool.
Same little clip lock here. Open it up.
Ooh.
And there we are.
I wonder if this steers like the other one does.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool.
Squishy seats.
Squish the tires.
Squishy tires. Very nice. Okay. Oh, we weren't prepared. We didn't get batteries out yet. Whoa.
It looks pretty awesome. I mean, we did a Jimny or something a while back, and this has a frame system if you want to do the fabric, but we don't. I would highly recommend against it, by the way, because they will break.
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't very light, or this isn't very heavy compared to the other ones.
It's not.
Okay, so let's check. 2-speed tranny, steel drive shaft. Are those steel springs? Squish the springs.
These?
Are they steel leaf
like
springs?
metal. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Cool.
It's like really a simple suspension in real life. Push the front one. No, the wheel. There you go. Cool. And then the tie rods, ball link. Oh, there's front-facing lights, and there is an anti-crash beacon as well. We have definite real mirrors.
I wonder if that is going to move. It looks like it's going to.
Is there a servo? Flip it over. Might have a linkage right there.
In there.
There's a steering linkage that goes over to, yep, it's gonna turn the steering wheel.
Cool.
Almost certainly. Sweet.
It's got all the same little details.
Whoa, hold on. What? Is there a linkage that goes, oh, I thought maybe the gear shifter moved because I saw this linkage here. That's actually just where they store the servo. And by the way, there is a servo access. Talk about serviceability. Amazing.
Very cool.
And then even the lights, they look like brake lines. So cool. I am loving all these details. Oh, wait, does the hitch adapter work? The hitch adapter is non-functioning. Yes, it is.
Oh, it does.
Granted, you're gonna have a heck of a time getting that to close and stay closed, you know, like
But
actually
just
wrapping.
To actually do anything. All the little scale details with the gas
they're
tank.
strapped in.
And the little strap and everything.
And these are functional spares too. So if you would get a flat. Are they, hold on, are they actually branded? I can't tell. Made in USA, which is obviously a scale feature.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's pull up the screen, the windscreen.
We got the little foam.
And this says peel off too. Oh, you got a clip from the middle. Hinge, piano hinge here.
Nice.
It's a nice
Peel
sturdy.
this off.
Wait, clips. There's clips. Do the clips have to be undone?
I don't think so.
You know what? I don't know. I feel like I maybe like tried and it didn't work. Sorry guys. Yeah, you're subpar. Hey, wait, watch your finger for a second. I was trying to show the people. Wait, you do have to undo it. I feel like, here, trade me.
sure?
Because
Okay.
I'm afraid we're gonna end up breaking
Yeah,
this.
let's not break it.
It definitely opens though. That sure feels like it's supposed to be, uh-oh, no, you don't have to undo it. You don't have to undo it. There's a clip somewhere else, we just haven't found it yet. Sorry guys, don't pull those things out. They're not supposed to actually, I don't think they're supposed, yeah, they're not. That's just the scale detail. Dang. I wonder what we're missing. There is this point here where there's a wire that's got some tape over it to protect the actual wire going to the headlight. But then how does this release?
Probably just pops.
Oh, it just
pulls
pulls
up. Okay.
Okay, so we can fix that real quick too. You see this? If you ever break something like this on one of these scale details, it's gonna drive you nuts. Because you're gonna be like, oh, I wanted to at least roll to break that. But that looks like a release. Oh my goodness, that's so small though. But look, now that I've got it out of there, I can just straighten that up.
What are you going to use to put that back on?
You would probably use glue, but you could also heat it up and melt it. I don't really care that much actually.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, cause that's gonna be immediately lost. I'm just gonna put it in the box.
Cool.
Okay, so we have a battery here.
Yep.
Looks like it uses a, where's the battery go though? Oh, it sits right there. It actually goes right here.
Yep.
And this one has a 7.4 volt, 380 milliamps, so it's a 2S 380. And it comes with a USB style charger and then a wheel tool with different nut sizes. Okay, so we can keep that in the bag. And then of course we've got a LiPo. So a LiPo is just gonna be a little bit more power per cell than if you were to do NiCad, a little bit more bang for your buck. And really it's a rounding error because each of the cells in the NiCad are a different capacity per unit, per individual cell, yeah. So this is your balance charge and this is your ROC Hobby charger, okay? So we'll just grab any of our little, whatever plugs we've got and we'll try our best to give you guys a shot of this. When we first plug it in, it looks like the lights are probably gonna be on this side. Okay, see no lights, just a red light.
Red.
Over here. Okay, so as you plug in the balance lead, it's gonna go to a green flashing light. So we've already seen that. And then we don't happen to have one of those batteries charged right this second, do we?
We probably do, but it'd be downstairs in another truck.
Okay, and then what else do we have to get out for this?
Transmitter.
You have the transmitter. This one doesn't make you slide it together, which is good. Our kids already ran into that problem once with one that we recently done. So this must be the channel 3, channel 4. So that probably changes our lights. And then we have throttle, forward and backward. There is a protective label on front of this ROC Hobby. There's reverse switches, bind, steering reverse, throttle reverse, and then trims are knobs, okay? So that's pretty simple stuff. And then of course this pushes back and then leans out. So don't get surprised by that. Looks like it uses 4 triple A's. Yep. And we're gonna get those right now and come right back.
All right, we grabbed 4 AAA batteries from the pack of the world's cheapest AAA batteries that you can find.
Cheap.
They are super cheap.
And garbagey.
They are very garbagey, but they work. And then when the kids leave the transmitters on,
Then we don't feel
so
bad.
much.
Because we only wasted
Squeezy?
like 14 cents.
On each of them. That was already on because Brian was testing it.
Okay.
So it's already on, the red light is on.
And then this one comes from down in another vehicle, and it looks like it's exactly the same. In fact, we'll just show you real quick because it came out of a 6x6 or something like that we recently reviewed. So as you can see, they're the same exact 5C rating, and they're the same battery. So they just happen to be charged. So we're not trying to pull any punches as usual here on Brian Phillips RC. If you like the content you see on Brian Phillips RC, don't forget to check for the video description below. We have links to all the different products we review. You can buy one for your very own, or you can support us on BrianPhillipsRC.com. or with PayPal if you don't like monthly support through Patreon.
Patreon, yep. All right, so we are going to connect this little connector, and I'm just gonna make sure my red wires are lined up. There's only one way that those go together.
And they're
it
keyed.
snaps in.
Evidently the power cord was on that one too.
And everything is on.
Yep, there's a button there. I think that's
I
a
don't
power
see a
switch.
power, like an actual power switch or anything.
A little sloppy on the wires in here, I
Yeah,
thought.
just a little bit.
Nope, other way. Rotate it around.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay.
Now get that tucked under so it doesn't damage the wires when it falls. Let's see how many hands. This reminds me,
Get
you know,
in
this
here.
would be like vintage of MASH.
yes.
If you guys watched that MASH as kids,
That antenna needs to stay tucked in.
There it
That
is.
seems
Let
a
go.
little. Okay.
I remember MASH coming on after the nightly news.
After the news, yes. All right, so we should be ready to go, right?
Hypothetically. Okay, so what speed are you in? Oh, nice turning radius.
does turn.
Wait, turn. Do it again. We're hitting the tires on the frame. Okay, go the other way. You know what? That is better than nothing. I would rather have a widening turning radius.
Do you see the steering wheel? It does turn.
Oh, sweet.
Ready?
It's ghostly. Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, so I am going to push
Look, Mom, no hands.
this channel 4 button over here.
Go ahead and push it.
Okay, so I'm gonna push channel 4.
Lights
Oh,
come on.
lights
Do
come
it
on.
again. Do it again.
Brighter.
Light. Oh, so cool. All right, we're going to the back. We'll show you the
Okay.
back. So the whole sequence goes as such.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Wait, go to 1.
and then back to off.
1.
That's 1,
Go to 2. Nothing. 3.
3.
Okay, now go reverse. Okay, now try going reverse with, hold on. I got to pick this thing up. Since it's a 4-wheeler, we're going to do the hand of God here. Okay, so put the lights on and then reverse. Oh, sweet. Now shut the lights off. Now reverse. That's so cool. So the reverse lights actually only work.
Well,
Oh,
you're
wait,
in
do these
reverse?
fold? They don't fold. This doesn't fold. This tank does come off. This shovel and axe do come off. They must have been military issued at the time.
Did you hear the listen?
Okay, drive. Okay, now reverse. Now switch gears. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, wait, hold on. I think it's time for me to try this before it breaks. Okay, we're talking about reverse. Okay. So that's barely any pressure. Now I'm gonna go forward. That's super low. That's neutral. And that's like really fast.
Well, there's 3 positions.
But that doesn't mean that there's 3 speeds. It says 2 speeds for a reason. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the other speed. So it definitely goes really slow if you want. That's like barely any stick pressure. Mm-hmm. I love that you can go really, really, really slow on these things. Oh, it's got turn signal too.
Cool.
Okay, now when that light's off, we're gonna go to high beams and, so it's just 4 ways. Now, I don't think 4 ways existed at the time. I don't even know if turn signals existed at the time.
Probably didn't signal if you were signaling your intentions.
In battle?
No.
Well, they drove these outside of battle too, you know. They were like on the base and all that.
Yes.
I'm trying to get this stupid protective film off. Can you get it with your nails? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So much better.
Windshield wipers move.
So cool. This one here, I'll kind of scooch it out of the way for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so these little crawlers have been super, super fun for the kids. And we enjoy bringing them to you here on Brian Phillips RC. As you know, we prefer and have been doing planes forever, planes, helis, and all sorts of aircraft as well as PPG. Mm-hmm. And then of course, every once in a while we'll do like a weed whacker, leaf blower, or something that pertains to our home, whether it's internet or, you know, just dealing with rural life, farming, whatever it is. We kind of pretty much put it all out there for you guys to see. And partly we do that because we want to bring you guys a variety of content. Now we understand that some of you guys are not going to be into the ground vehicles because of what we do predominantly on the channel. And we understand that. We're not asking you all to be super excited about every different item we do, but I can tell you this. As a kid, I drove radio-controlled cars, trucks, all that stuff, and I loved it. And I also love radio-controlled airplanes, and there's really nothing to say bad about this thing right now. It is absolutely fantastic. We have a bigger version. We love it. It's super fun. And the thing is, we love bringing you guys a large variety of different items here on Brian Phillips RC. So if you want to help support us, the biggest thing you can do is give us a like, watch the videos, click the bell for notifications. But really, if you want to support us financially, buy the stuff we're promoting. And yes, we are promoting these things. We get commissions from the companies that bring these to us for you to see on our channel through reviews. Now that means if you buy this, you don't pay any extra. You can use your coupon codes if they exist. You can use your RC Bucks, whatever it is, whatever program they have at wherever you're buying this thing. It all works. Your cashback bonus on your credit card, whatever it is, on your boss's credit card. At the end of the day, you can buy the plane, airplane, helicopter, quad, remote controlled car, Jimny, whatever it happens to be, and you'll be helping to support us with small commissions. Now, we're never trying to talk you into buying something that you don't like. We want you guys to get what you love. And the thing is, if you love this, there might be one we just reviewed last week that's way better. And that's part of the reason why we're bringing you value here on YouTube, is we want you guys to be able to see a variety of sizes in a similar environment with similar drivers so that you can really do a side-by-side comparison. You can click on this video, you can scroll through, find what you want, and then go ahead and make your final decision. And when you do, all you do is look in the video description. We always have a link that's to the product we're reviewing or something similar, unless it's unfortunately discontinued, in which case we have more links down below. Or you can also visit us on www.brianphillipsrc.com, and you can go by manufacturer currently. We're gonna have more sorting as we advance and get a little bit more skilled on the website side. But just understanding here, you're not buying anything from us directly, you're just buying it from different companies and merchants and distributors and hobby shops that we work with. And yes, we do work with all of them. We work with manufacturers directly, we work with distributors, and we work with hobby shops, as well as one-off shops and people that build things on their own. And most recently, like we put a solar panel on the roof. So like if you want to support us and you're in our area and you know what, you're like, hey, thanks for sharing your experience. You answered a lot of questions I had. I'm gonna check it out. That's one way you can support us, but we're never asking you to put a solar panel on your roof if it's not right for you. If this is not your favorite thing, if you're not into this sort of thing, I'm not sure why you're watching this video, but the truth is, even if you're not into every item, a lot of these items we get, I would say like, 3 out of 10 are not my thing, but I still love them. They're super fun. So am I gonna go out and get another Jimny when I have 2 Jimnys? No, but the thing is, you might want this size because your kid can handle this, or your adult husband that you're married to that's like 50 and really wants a Jimny.
Handle that.
You can handle this budget item. So the idea is, we understand there's a lot of different price points. And online, everything looks good. Everybody online is gonna tell you that that product is the best. I'm gonna tell you right now, this product's not the best. That product's not the best. This Huey's not the best. This Boeing 737 MAX 9 is not the best. Refreshing, isn't it? But you know what? This has a lot to offer. It's really cool. It's really fun. Obviously, we're gonna point out the best things about it. But the thing is, at the end of the day, maybe you say, you know what, Brian, that's a lot of money for that size. What about the 1/6 scale? Okay, sure, we've already done that video. You can check it out. Just go in the playlist on YouTube or go over to brianphillipsrc.com and just find that car or that vehicle. And we try to do everything so that you can find it in a searchable fashion. And we're trying to search engine optimize all this stuff because we know how hard it is to find what you're looking for, especially when stuff is out of stock. So whenever possible, we try to bring you new content only when it's available because A, we make money when you buy stuff, obviously. But secondly, it is just so mean to say, look at this awesome thing you can't live without, and then, oh yeah, sorry, it's out of stock.
Yeah.
So if that ever happens, you can thank the people we work with because we didn't do that. We go through major great lengths. For instance, the planes that are on the floor over here, waiting for another 2 months till they're in stock. We aren't even gonna tempt you with it. So that's what we do here on Brian Phillips RC. If you weren't aware of that already. So we're very happy that you're here on Brian Phillips RC. You may have noticed my wonderful, beautiful wife of almost many years.
Almost many.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Our anniversary. She was in front of the camera. This is something new we're trying. We hope you enjoy that. She loves it.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, not so much. But the thing is, I love doing this stuff and she loves supporting me in it. And we really like to help support the RC community and trying to bring you guys the no BS side-by-side comparisons so that you can make your best decision for whatever it is that you're trying to stack up against. And at the end of the day, we love bringing you this content. So if you like to help us out, easiest way, like the videos, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. And then if you want to help support us financially, buy that thing, buy another thing that you like better, or Patreon or PayPal. Patreon is a monthly support thing. There's a lot of fees involved for us. So if you give us, you know, like $30 over the course of 6 months or something like that, then probably 20% of it's going to go to fees. PayPal, 100% goes to us. So it's really nice if you do friends and family, unless you're overseas in certain weird circumstances. But anyway, we tell you that not because we really care about the dollar. We care about you guys getting a good value for your money. Because if you are going to support us, if I was trying to support somebody, I would want to know that it's going to those people. So anyway, and make no mistake, there are a lot of people here. There's tons of them. So we love doing this for you. And that's our quick backstory. And if you guys have questions, we try our very best to get to you in reply in the comments below. Obviously, the Patreons have quicker access to us because we get notifications quicker on Patreon. But beyond that, we specifically do not give any benefits to Patreons. You want to know why that is? Because there's a VAT added for people that are over in Europe and Russia and wherever, or Ukraine, or I don't know, whichever side of the war you're on. The point is, we don't control what governments do. We do our best to avoid dealing with them ever for any reason.
Yes.
So we're going to help spot you guys by not giving you any special content or special treatment. So, but we may see your comments a little bit earlier. That's about the only benefit that isn't a benefit. It's sort of unwritten. Right. So anyway, hopefully you guys get that. If you've been watching our channel for like the last 8 years while we've been doing it, you probably have picked up on every one of those details, but just for the new audience, we want to get you up to speed. And if you like the way that we do the content, give us a thumbs up, check out the comments section, leave some comments. If you have questions, we do really try to help you figure them out. But again, we have areas of expertise and the roads, you know, just the surface stuff compared to the air stuff is just not our huge area of expertise. Yep. So we're learning, we're getting there, and we're going to try to give you guys the best show that we can give you. So long as they keep putting out awesome cars, we're going to keep putting out awesome videos. And we hope you guys will come back for more. So also, just if you were wondering, no, we're not stopping doing aircraft ever. That's the thing we do. So we're going to try to do this like once a week or so. And then we're going to let it sit for one day. And then we're going to have stuff on either side of the week. And if you guys aren't into the ground vehicle stuff, well, then you'll know, hey, if something pops up on Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday or whatever it happens to be, maybe that's not your cup of tea. But the thing is, there's always going to be something right around the corner. And there really is. So stay tuned. So much more here on Brian Phillips RC. Thanks for watching.